I've been thinking a lot about linguistic imperialism, linguicide, language death, especially as poets and storytellers. We value the opportunity to be able to use words and to own the agency that we can say the things that we need to say without someone telling us how to think, how to feel, and what to say. And even beyond that, the kind of language we use. Whether we're using Ebonics or Pidgin or Golagichi or as a Jamaican patois, what makes Maafa just jump in a one lyrics and just start, chat it up like that. What make me want to do that? You tell me something can't do that because I saw me talk and that's where me come from. You see, it does not make any sense what is going on right now with us being told that we have to take out certain words out of our research and we can't talk about literally who we are. There is another form of linguistic imperialism that is happening, another form of language death, and that is the death of killing us from the inside out. What happens to a person when they lose their voice? What happened to a songstress who can't sing? What happens to a poet who cannot use lyrics, rhyme, alliteration, and all the different forms of poetry to express ourselves? What happens to storytellers when we cannot use Big Boy Story and Brother Nancy to tell and teach lessons? What happened to a folklorist? These are questions that we have to ask because linguistic imperialism have been around for a very, very long time. It happened prior to enslavement during the times when Europeans and Western explorers were going around the world to discover different lands and nations. It happened when the Indians were told that they were barbarians and stripped of their culture. It happened when Jamaicans and Africans are being told that voodooism is idol worshiping. It happens when Africans are told that the clothes that we wear and the way we speak is not correct. And it definitely happened during the greatest Maafa of all in enslavement. We lost our culture, we lost our community, and we lost trust in ourselves. And I know that there is no Black person who does not realize what is happening or does not see the power of who they are. The biggest challenges are existential ability to survive. How do we survive this? How do we retain our voice, retain our agency, hold on to the essence of our spirit and our soul? Because that's what it is. There's got to be a way to save our voice and save our voice in our scholarship, save our voice in the poetry scene, in the nightclubs, when we're dancing, in church, when we're bellowing, on the opera stage, even as playwright. There is a way to live, and that is how we make it through this new social movement that we're going through because the Maafa never ended. This is just a new iteration of how it's being manifested, and the most powerful thing we have at our disposal is our voice. Robert Phillipson knew this when he talked about what happened throughout so many cultures, the Golagichi, Pidgin, Patois, all the different cultures that we had to conform into this one language, English, in order to be considered civilized and valuable. And these are just a couple thoughts that I wanted to share with you today. I hope it encourages somebody and makes sense somehow, because this is how I am using my voice to make sense of my experiences and the things that I feel and the things that I think about.